I start going to look at this doctor, he called me, $95. We find him right there. Like he was coming down the step too.
Meanwhile, Linus said a number of valuable items were destroyed in the fire, including her daughter's school's supplies.
Thank God we weren't in the real life, but at the end of the day, there is another life. We lost a life. I lose my husband, she lose her father. I don't care about all of these. These are man-made things. These are material things. Whether if I get back a small one, a big one, I could still get back this. But I can't get them back. I need help.
The couple would have celebrated their 14th wedding anniversary today, on Tuesday.
I need back my house. I need somewhere to stay. Because we don't have no way. I need help with that. I go to school. She's got to school in town. She's travel every day. All she's school clothes. Everything burn up. She can go to school Monday and I ain't doing nothing.
The widow can be contacted on telephone numbers 668-2383 or 638-2229. Andrew Carmichael, The Evening News.
With works underway to develop a new Demerara River Bridge and a new WISMAR River Bridge, the government is exploring options for the utilization of the old structures. Among the ideas being explored is to use the infrastructure to connect areas such as Leguan and Wakenham, as well as to bridge the Kokwani and Kurupukari crossings. Michael Henry tells us more.
The government is exploring the possibility of bridging the Essequibo Islands of Wakenham and Leguan, according to President Dr. Irfan Ali. He said considerations are also being made to bridge the Kokwani and Kurupukari crossings. President Ali, in a comment on Sunday, explained that his administration is currently reviewing all possible avenues for the utilization of the existing Demerara and WISMAR River Bridges structures. He said, and I quote, "We are already looking at the placement of the existing Demerara River Bridge at the Kokwani crossing, the Kurupukari crossing, and looking at the possibility between Wakenham and Leguan. Those are all areas that our technical team and advisory teams are looking at." End quote. Currently, persons using the road to travel from Georgetown to the hinterland areas must cross at Kokwani and Kurupukari using scheduled pontoon crossings. This is timely and impacts the efficiency in the supply of goods and services to several hinterland communities. Meanwhile, farmers in Leguan and Wakenham would have to use ferries to bring their produce out to Parika to market. The additional transportation charges also affect the end price consumers pay for produce that could have been cheaper with decreased transportation costs. Meanwhile, the $260 million new Demerara River Bridge is already 64% completed. It is being constructed by China Railway Construction Limited with the Italian firm Politecnica overseeing the project to ensure adherence to the standards set by the American Association of State Highway and Transportation Officials. Moreover, the new WISMAR bridge will be constructed to the tune of $35 million. It will be a modern 4-lane structure situated at the same location as the existing bridge. This project will also be undertaken by China Railway Construction Corporation Limited. Michael Henry, The Evening News.
The superstructure for the $31.9 billion state-of-the-art pediatric and maternal hospital in Good-for-Wachting, East Coast Demerara, has been completed. Trishul Sobers reports that the project is on track for completion and commissioning next year.
The $31.9 billion pediatric and maternal hospital is being built by VAMED Engineering, which has implemented more than 1,000 projects across the globe and provided high-end services for more than 820 health facilities in Latin America and the Caribbean. During a telephone interview with this newscast on Tuesday, Health Minister Dr. Frank Anthony explained that with the superstructure already in place, the contractor will soon commence works to enclose the building. This phase, he said, will include the layering of walls that extend from the foundation to the roof, installation of doors, windows, and drainage systems.
While we would be finishing off the cladding on the outer layer, they would start working inside. So I think we will start seeing the building moving very quickly. by next year, we should be in a position to open the hospital.
The hospital will be a referral center for women and children. It will specialize in maternal, neonatal, and pediatric care with a huge imaging suite for services such as CT scans, X-rays, MRI scanning equipment, a modern laboratory, and surgical suites. The facility will also have 256 beds and high-quality equipment sourced from the United Kingdom. According to Dr. Anthony, the hospital will support systems currently being put in place by government to reduce Guyana's morbidity rate, have less diseases, and improve the public healthcare system's ability to treat ill patients properly.
Well, the hospital would focus on two main things. High-risk mothers. So we'll be able to provide all the services for those high-risk mothers and manage them in a better environment. And also for gynecological patients that would need a certain amount of care, we'll be able to provide that care at that hospital. In addition to the pediatric component of the hospital, we'll be able to do a lot of specialized pediatric services. So things that are not possible right now.
The Pediatric and Maternal Hospital was birthed from a memorandum of understanding between Guyana and Australia. The contract for the hospital was signed on June 8, 2022. Trishelle Sobers, Evening News.
Guyana's oil spill law will not only focus on the area in which oil and gas production is ongoing, but it will be a broader piece of legislation that captures the possibility of an oil spill virtually anywhere within the country. Here is Michael Henry with the details.
Prime Minister Brigadier Retired Mark Phillips on Tuesday underscored the government's dedication to environmental safety and preparedness as he declared open a 4-day National Oil Spill Contingency Planning Workshop aimed at bolstering Guyana's oil spill contingency planning and response capabilities. Whilst delivering at future remarks at the event, the Prime Minister spoke about the importance of all countries having oil spill contingency plans, even though they are not oil-producing nations. He used Guyana's scenario as an example, explaining how oil spills can happen in places outside of where oil is being produced.
It's not only on the coast. We have to move petroleum, oils, and lubricant to the hinterland, because while we're an oil-producing country, we're an agriculture country, we're a mining country too. So at every stage, even before oil and gas, we had to be prepared to deal with oil spills.
Contacted by the Evening News for more information on this point, the Prime Minister explained that the country's oil spill legislation, which will soon be tabled in the National Assembly, will deal with oil spills beyond offshore Guyana, where ExxonMobil and its co-venturers are producing oil. Meanwhile, at the workshop, PM Phillips further emphasized the government's commitment to oil spill preparedness, noting that it is evident in its investment in capacity-building initiatives.
The CDC has been at the forefront of training personnel in oil spill response techniques and equipping them with state-of-the-art tools and resources to manage spills effectively. In addition, through the CDC and other government efforts, we have fostered strong partnerships with international organizations and industry stakeholders to leverage their expertise and resources.
The National Oil Spill Contingency Planning Workshop is a crucial step in Guyana's ongoing efforts to ensure the safety of its people, protect its rich biodiversity, and promote sustainable development and long-term prosperity. The event, hosted by the Civil Defense Commission, in partnership with the Maritime Administration Department, is sponsored by the International Maritime Organization, the United Nations Environmental Programme, and RAC REMPEITC Caribe. Michael Henry, Evening News.
Coming up, contractor submits design for US $75.8 million good success to Tamari Road project, and Guyana's private sector condemns repression, violence meted out to Venezuelans. Do stay with us. More news ahead.
I was looking at you too.
What? What are you talking about? I'm in the tiles. Where did you get them?
Oh, Mima Decor, obviously the best tile store in Guyana. Come, let me take you there.
My kitchen, my bathroom, my floors. Mima Decor has everything. And the prices are great too.
So, y'all want to have a date now?
We can build on that.
In today's tough driving conditions, every engine faces three powerful enemies: engine heat, pollutants, and frequent short trips. Each factor is a direct cause of engine sludge, a buildup of dirt that can block vital oilways. This triple threat demands triple protection. Castrol GTX's Triple Protect Power is engineered to fight these three main causes of engine sludge.
Introducing Jumbo Jet Auto Sales, your exclusive dealer for XCMG and Sinotruck. Only 20% down payment on all HOO Sinotrucks and 30% down payment on all XCMG with 6 to 24 months financing available. The only authorized dealer of XCMG and Sinotruck in Guyana. Various sizes in motor graders to excavators, compactors to skid steers, and wheel loaders. Not forgetting our amphibious. We have a wide selection of XCMG machinery to meet your needs. Explore our range of Sinotruck dumpers, including 8x4 twin steer, all-terrain 6x6, 6x4 models, and more. Plus, check out our cement mixers in 8x4 and 6x4 configurations. Drop by our various showrooms located at East Bank, Land of Canaan, Eccles, our head office in Georgetown, Ogle, and in Berbice, Chester, and Bushlot. Only 20% down payment on all HOO Sinotrucks and 30% down payment on all XCMG with 6 to 24 months financing available. Contact us on 225-8255, 232-0633, 233-3101, or 328-2802. Jumbo Jet Trucks and
Over 205,000 school-aged children benefit from a $45,000 Because We Care cash grant and uniform voucher. This initiative helps parents ensure their children have the tools needed for education. Oil and gas revenue makes up 29% of the 2024 budget.
Welcome back. You're watching the evening news. China Road and Bridge Corporation has finally submitted the complete design for the highly anticipated US $75.8 million East Bank Demerara Road Improvement Project, spanning from Good Success to Tamari. Trishelle Sobers tells us more.
Works were slated to commence on the East Bank Demerara Road Improvement Project on August 1, but the Evening News understands that the contractor China Road and Bridge Corporation, CRBC, had only completed the design for 7 kilometers of the road at the time. The project spans 24 kilometers. As a result, the government through the Public Works Ministry instructed CRBC to submit the design by August 20, and the contractor has complied. In a written reply to this newscast, Public Works Minister Juan Edgil disclosed that the design is currently being reviewed by the respective personnel within his ministry so that it can be finalized and works can commence. The contractor has lost approximately 27 days of labor thus far. In a previous interview with the Evening News, Minister Edgil had reassured that the delayed design will not affect the stipulated 36-month deadline for the project. The East Bank Demerara Road Improvement Project is aimed at supporting climate-resilient infrastructure development and marks the first of its kind to be funded by the Inter-American Development Bank in Guyana. According to the Ministry of Public Works, the project has been divided into 3 sections to ensure it remains on schedule with minimal disruption to commuters. Section A covers the stretch of good success beginning at the Ganja Temple to Supply, while Section B extends from Supply to the Suicide Junction. Section C continues from the Suicide Junction to the Tamari Junction near the Tamari Police Station. A notable feature of the project is the integration with the Suicide-Linden Highway through the construction of a roundabout designed to facilitate smoother traffic transitions. The project entails the rehabilitation of 24 kilometers of road alongside the reconstruction and widening of over 58 bridges and culverts. The road will be upgraded to a 2-lane highway completed with enhanced safety features such as sidewalks and cycle lanes to cater to vulnerable road users, including pedestrians and cyclists. Trishelle Sobers, Evening News.
Attorney General and Minister of Legal Affairs Anil Nandlal has reminded that Guyana's constitution provides mechanisms that allows persons to ensure their enshrined rights are enforced. Find out more in this Kelroy Williams report.
Attorney General and Minister of Legal Affairs Anil Nandlal on Monday delivered a lecture at the Autochong Conference Center on the fundamental rights provisions in the Constitution of Guyana. The redress provisions in the Constitution of Guyana and the incorporation of key human rights instruments in the Constitution. The lecture is part of an international human rights course being offered by the Ministry of Parliamentary Affairs and Governance. According to the Attorney General, Article 153 provides a mechanism for persons to ensure their rights enshrined within the Constitution are enforced.
If your fundamental rights are violated and you can't file an action, someone can file it on your behalf or in your stead, or you can act on behalf of a group whose rights are violated. And all these are new amendments, you know. Before 2001, all you had is a person having a right to access, to go to the court. Now you have a person can go in person, or the person could have gone to an attorney. Now the person can go in person, he can act on behalf of another, he can do it in his own name or in another name, or he can act on behalf of a group and go to the court. And if he alleges that any article between Article 138 to 151 is being or is likely to be contravened, and those are the fundamental rights provision from Article 138 to 151, contravened, or if any, then without prejudice to any action with respect to the same manner which is lawfully available to that person may apply to the High Court for redress.
Moreover, the Attorney General informed the class that though the Constitution provides the right to certain freedoms, such freedoms are not absolute.
No freedom is absolute. You have a right to free speech, but you cannot shout fire, fire in a crowded cinema because it will cause mayhem. You have a freedom of movement, but you cannot drive down a one-way street. So all freedoms have restrictions and they have qualifications.
The Ministry of Parliamentary Affairs and Governance has created its very own educational program, the first ever international human rights law course in the country, for which over 190 persons were registered. Kelroy Williams, The Evening News.
The Guyana Fire Service, in an effort to improve the firefighting capabilities of its employees, is currently in the processes of sending ranks abroad to receive advanced firefighting training. Here is Kelroy Williams again with the details.
Amid Guyana's rapid economic growth, there is a recognized need for specialized firefighting capabilities to address new challenges. Chief Fire Officer Gregory Wickham, in an interview with The Evening News, explains that the fire service recognizes that its ranks need to be better trained. As such, he said, the fire service is in the process of providing the necessary funding and resources needed for ranks to be trained internationally.
What we're doing, we're in the process of having our ranks being trained regionally and internationally in other firefighting aspects, but we are waiting on those approvals as we source out those courses for our ranks. But generally, locally, we would have done all the necessary training, advanced level of training that is available locally.
Moreover, apart from human resources, the fire chief noted that investments are also being made to acquire more modern equipment.
As we speak, we have some small firefighting appliances which we plan to employ in the other regions. Mm-hmm. And we have one skylift Bronto fire tender that can go as high as 120 feet in the air. We would have used that at the Demerara fire to do rescue about 13 persons. We have another one will be coming and another fireboat.
Meanwhile, emphasizing that fire prevention is paramount, the fire chief also highlighted that the Guyana Fire Service continues to conduct inspection on both public and private buildings.
That's a constant thing that we have been doing. And I wouldn't say we ramped up, but we continue. Because not only public buildings, but all structures, whether that be private or public, we have been doing more and more inspections. We have been doing public education. We have been doing outreaches. We have been doing inspections. And that's the way forward.
Meanwhile, the government had since revealed plans to retool, retrain, and better equip the Guyana Fire Service in a bid to ensure its capabilities match Guyana's current growth. The sum of $90.6 billion was set aside in this year's fiscal package for the security sector, for which $6.5 billion was allotted for the Guyana Fire Service and the Guyana Prison Service. Kelroy Williams, The Evening News.
Guyana's Private Sector Commission on Monday voiced its deep concern regarding the recent developments in Venezuela following the general election and the subsequent resolution adopted by the Organization of American States. The PSC has affirmed its commitment to upholding democratic principles, human rights, and the peaceful resolution of conflicts in line with the OAS's stance. In a strongly worded missive on Monday night, the PSC highlighted Article 3 of the Inter-American Charter, which emphasizes the importance of holding periodic, free, and fair elections based on secret balloting and universal suffrage as an expression of the sovereignty of the people. The Commission expressed grave concern over the apparent disregard for these democratic principles in Venezuela, pointing to violations of fundamental human rights and freedoms, and the political and economic instability that these actions could cause in the region. The PSC condemned the repression and violence currently being experienced by the Venezuelan people in their pursuit of democracy and the rule of law. The Commission also emphasized that these actions threaten not only the well-being of the Venezuelan population but also the stability of the entire region. The PSC has called on all member countries of the Caribbean community who value democracy and the practice of free and fair elections to unite in expressing their solidarity with the Venezuelan people. And now for a look at the bridge reports.
The Demerara Harbor Bridge will be closed to vehicular traffic on Wednesday, August 28, 2024 at 23 hours 30 for a period of 1.5 hours. Meanwhile, the Barbados River Bridge is scheduled to be closed to vehicular traffic at 12 hours 45 on Wednesday, August 28, 2024, also for 1.5 hours.
Let's now take a look at the local stock exchange market compliments of GASI.
Looking to bring your dream home to reality? Or simply taking on a home improvement project? Then National Hardware Limited is where you should start. Let us put that touch to your home. Choose from over 1,000 Berger Paint original hues for any surface. We are known for our trusted brands such as Westinghouse, Philips, Sadco, Rubbermaid, Pyrex, Gibson Home, and so much more. National Hardware Limited, your do-it-best store. Located in downtown Georgetown and industrial site Rhymeville.
Miners, welders, and contractors. Have broken parts caused you tremendous downtime? Do you need an extra heavy-duty, dependable welding machine that will get the toughest jobs done and can also double as a generator to power all of your tools? Well, your #1 industrial solutions provider Sylvies has you covered. We currently have in stock the Hobart Champion Elite Arc Welder and Generator. This capable electric start generator produces up to 11,000 watts of AC power to run tools, work lights, or backup power during an outage. It can simultaneously deliver 150 amps weld output and 8,000 watts of generator power and can run up to 14 hours on one 12-gallon tank of gas. This portable generator handles mild steel, stainless steel, and cast iron with a maximum thickness of ½ inch in a single pass. So what are you waiting for? If you can't make it to our 31 High and Hatfield Streets Georgetown location, we can deliver. Give us a call on 227-6226 or WhatsApp us on 623-7755 or visit our website sylviesonline.com. Sylvies Industrial Solution, proudly serving Guyana for over 4 decades.
I can't wait until tomorrow.
Yes? I ain't start packing yet. Usually I pack a couple hours before and I go. Drive. I got my phone, I got my keys, my charger, my
Procrastinating planning for the future? Well, that's never a good idea. Let Demerara Mutual and Demerara Fire and General help you get started with planning for your future today. I'm with Dem.